Hey guys, Joe here, and welcome to the next settlement in the Modern Massachusetts Build series, and this is Starlight Drive-In. For those of you new to the channel, if you like this kind of video, don't forget to subscribe down below. I do make new build videos. Try to do it once a week. I will be doing it more as time allows. Also, if you hit the affiliate links or the Patreon link down below, if you buy anything, you help the channel grow. It's just like using a regular Amazon link. Just click on it and search for whatever you want to buy. That would be awesome. For those of you that don't understand what I'm doing, I'm taking all of the settlements that are available in the game through Radiant Quests or Conquests, and I'm rebuilding them in the idea of this is the future, we need to rebuild, but because of dangers from society outside, we need to secure these facilities, make the place more secure and safe for people to live in, as well as make it easier for people to enjoy the luxuries that existed before the war. And that's what I've done here. So, as with many of my settlements, let's pop up in the air and show you that this settlement, just like Sanctuary Hills, is entirely enclosed. It also likes to clip there really bad. I have some textures that are clipping, so yeah, nothing I can do about that. But we will be taking a look at the entire thing from start to finish, and you will see that I've used every single piece of the land available, and I'm going to do a flyby of the original settlement so you can see what it looked like before I started. So here is a daytime overview of the unmodified Starlight Drive-In. And as you can see, it does have the light up mods installed even in this save game because the entire game is modded. But as you can look around, you'll see it's exactly how it looks in the vanilla game. All the destroyed cars, the hole in the center from erosion or a bomb or whatever happened to it, and the original screen. You can see its damage level is quite intense. I haven't downloaded any mods to fix that yet, and I don't know if I will. But that was just a quick look at how it is in the game. Let's get back to the settlement. Okay, one thing I've done here is I have made time run at a 1-to-1 scale. So 1 minute in real life will be 1 minute in the game, so we will have plenty of time to look at the settlement. As you can see, when you first come to this settlement, I have one entrance, which is what I tend to do, which forms a choke point, as well as with all the walls that are built up here, you can't actually shoot into the settlement. So that's a bueno thing. And as soon as you walk inside, you have 2 guard stations right there, always manned by my people wearing the same fatigues and dragon skin tactical gear, which is from the mod Modern Firearms and Tactics. For a full list of all the mods I've used in the game, look down in the descriptions. I have them all listed out. Coming in here, the first thing you see is the security station. There's a guard post that is usually manned. They're out walking, as well as a little cell. I don't put beds in the cells, otherwise settlers will try to sleep in them. I just put benches. Figure the drunkards can come in here and just kind of sit it off or even just sleep on the benches. That only activates the one door, so once you're inside you can't get out unless you're like me and a cheaty little McCheater. I do have a mod installed that allows the lights to work again on the building, but I also scrapped one entire wing off the building, and that's because that wing went down at a weird angle and it made for non-usable space. So I did repair it and remove that, as well as added a bunch of lights going around. It's a drive-in. That should be lit up at night. Coming over here, recycling area, and again, compacting and different machines. I know those are to cover generators, but they look like they could be recycling equipment, and it's mostly to hide the clipping here. And ventilation again for smells. So the first thing you'll notice inside the Starlight building is that I replaced most of the counters because the place everywhere and do-it-yourself mods don't work with the factory counters, and I put in a lot of shelves for a lot of food and a lot of drinks. This person makes a lot of money from visitors and travelers. But I also decided to put in a functional sink and countertop area. That person is assigned to the bar, which, as you can see, I actually pushed into the countertop. Normally she's turned this way, but she turned to face me. So you can see that I made it so that all the panels are usable and readable, and she usually comes and sits over here, and this is a fully functional drink station then. I thought it looked pretty good that way. A few stools on this side, and my pretty familiar by now, but totally awesome covered tables with lights. Got a nice box out here for keeping drinks cool, and even though I don't approve of cigarettes, I allow them in the settlement for visitors. Popping up into the air inside here and kind of floating around a little bit, let's point out a few of the bigger things first, and then we will move on to the minutia. You have all the cars have been replaced with clean pre-war vehicles, and I tried to put them near speakers where possible. You also see that I did not put any housing in the center, no semis, no box cars, anything. I build new facilities for everybody along each wall. That way it doesn't interfere with the overall feel of the settlement, so it still looks like a drive-in from here. There are one or two things I'm still playing with, such as railing designs, and I haven't put them on that side. I'm also thinking about putting seating out here so people could be sitting in front of their apartments and watch movies as well. Over there you'll see a relaxation and bar area, and over there is some farmland. So let's go ahead and pop back into the character and take a look at what I did for stores. Because I raised the level of the ground by using place everywhere, it has raised everything else in accordance, so the doors clip just a little bit, but they're still tall enough for pretty much everybody to walk in. This is the general store. As you can see, do it yourself. Kind of put a little bit of everything in here. To hide some grass clipping, I went ahead and used some cardboard boxes. Same thing that Bethesda did when they originally designed their levels in the games. But different sections have different stuff. You have kitchenware stuff here, food there, bathroom, library, and tools. Coming over here, you have your clothing dealer. Didn't feel the need to put a bunch of stuff in here, just a few shelves, and I decorated it. And again, same clipping issue, but meh. Armor dealer has a little bit of everything, has some armor racks, is a man station, which I do like that these guys at least come to their stores. Armor workbench, armor smith workbench, and a power armor workstation, and this is my XL1 that I put there just so that it's in there. Nobody uses it, so it's good. Over here I put a weapons dealer. These are OC decorator just functional displays, pardon me. And as you can see, I have them full with guns that I've acquired in the game or kind of cheated to get. Haha, hint hint. Also some big gun displays, missile launcher and a tri-barrel machine gun, but then lots of ammunition, workbench, dispenser, and just an overall aesthetics of a nice gun store. I ran out of stores to put down here, so I did put 2 apartments down here. And some apartments are more lavishly decorated than others, and that's just because I started getting really bad frame rates, so I stopped. But most of them are decorated pretty well. They all have shower stalls. She's just, got a little bit of a mold problem. Nice little seating area, television, table, and decorations, and a separate bedroom. Not all of them have separate bedrooms. This one does just because of the layout permitted it. Plus, when you're on the first level and everybody's walking by, I didn't want people just looking in the bedrooms. Same thing on this side. I just did a little bit of a rearrangement, and these all work. So if you connect up a Videos of the Wasteland player, you can actually watch videos and download stuff. Do it yourself decorates all the different shelves. I try to do them a little bit different as I went through each one. It's hard to individualize every single piece, so do it yourself's clutter mod comes in very handy. And again, separate bedroom. We will work our way around to that side in just a moment. One glaring fault that I just noticed is I only have stairs on that far end. I'm going to have to put some stairs in here, but let's go to the second level. There we go. And these apartments are kind of shaped weird. They're different from that side. These are all 2-level apartments. Bathroom is on the first level. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough room for tubs, so they have just shower stations and curtains for the doors because, again, not enough room. Over here I have a sitting area for each person. Some have books, some have decorations. I think a couple of people have televisions. And then you come up the stairs to their living areas. These little nooks are perfect for dressers. And then I put beds with 3/4 walls so people can be a little bit more hidden when they're sleeping in their beds or walking around in their undies. Shelving and desks in each apartment. I wanted each apartment to be slightly different, but I want them all to be very similar on this side. That way when you come in, nobody has more than other people. A couple of decorations are different, but nobody has more stuff. Unless I forgot to put in a shelf. Yeah, so they're only 1 3/4 squares deep, which is why I wound up having actually 1.5 squares deep. And that's why each one does have to go upstairs to their sleeping quarters or living quarters, while still maintaining bathrooms and seating areas on the first floor. Let's go up to the third level. Third level, again, very much the same. These first level, or these first few apartments, you'll see posters in them. Again, it kills the frame rates, and I'm kind of figuring out why. One of the reasons has to do with lighting sources. Every time you put in a new lighting source, it casts new shadows, and it has to render those. Again, I could run the game in a lower resolution and maintain 60 FPS, but I don't want to do that because it would take away from the fidelity that you're getting. As you can see, this shape is a little bit different in some of the apartments because I didn't put the nook. Oh, I think we got a radiation storm a-coming. But as you can see, this side, they're all double-deckers. But let's come on over here and we'll look at these apartments as well. However, I do want to show the clinic, which I put near this door. I figured travelers and injured people wouldn't want to walk all the way across the settlement to get to a clinic. So in here you have a clinic station, and they're all wearing Vault-Tec lab coats, the faux Raptor from Vault-Tec Workshop, and a surgery chair. I usually keep all the doctors in the clinic same sex so that they can share a room upstairs. I did that in this case as well. They're all female in this one. They were all male in a couple of the other ones. But as you come up here, you can see I gave them all beds, foot lockers, and standing lockers instead of dressers because there was no room. A couple of desks for learning material, little sign that obviously says books, and then showering stations. Could have put one shower stall, but I thought two would be better. That way they can get ready together at the same time. Inefficient use of space, I know that. This took a lot of monkeying to hide all of this area in order to build a surgery area, but I wanted to do it. And of course you have a little waiting area down here. Hello, doctor. Couldn't really think of anything I wanted to put under the stairs. If I change my mind later, I will. But with the single stack apartments on these levels, it's not necessary because I'm going to go well over 36 settlers as soon as I build one more level. But coming into these apartments, hello. As you can see, these are all 4 squares, so I could put full shower stations and sinks and all that stuff in full bathrooms, and then their bedrooms. And then they're all arranged again, different decorations. Seating is slightly different in most of them. But since they're one level, they're a little bit more open. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. All these people should be working, yet they're all just hanging out in their apartments. That is nice. At least it means the apartments are working. And I went with the external stairway just because it's the most efficient use of space. But I figure that gives you a nice view. Yeah, they got a big rainstorm a-coming. Gives you a nice view of the center of the settlement as well as the screen. So that's why I was going to put some chairs. That way people could just come out here and sit and watch. But I've got a bunch of them down there, which we're going to take a look at in just a second. Over here is all the farmland. Now the settlement still produces food. And as you can see, I have 27 settlers, 72 food, 100 water, 1,000 power, almost 200 defense, 34 beds, and a happiness of 85. So these produce food even though they aren't walking over and working them for some reason. I think their pathing because of those stairs is causing an issue. Again, something we'll re-examine later. Couldn't really think of anything else to put there. I didn't want anything in the middle because of the repaired screen. However, I did make sure that each section had lights that could be turned off. That gives the feeling once I install the Starlight drive-in movie mod to make the projector work, it'll make it darker over here so it doesn't interfere with anything showing on the screen. Speaking of the screen, as you can see, I didn't repair the original screen, I replaced it or supplanted it by doing this. That's the original screen. I used repaired warehouse walls to create a basic covering that is lighter than anything else in the settlement so that it would actually look like a projection screen. Let me go ahead and clean up the air real quick and we can take a look at what that looks like when it's nice out. I did shroud the screen by not putting the full glass roof over everything, so as you can see the light doesn't actually come to the screen. So if you have a dusk showing, it's still visible. Over here is the second bar. So a little bit more elaborate. As you can see, a lot of tables under lighting, which again can be turned off. And I installed a modular kitchen over here as well as fully stocked it. I'm happy she at least comes over and works. That is from Vault-Tec Workshop. That's a drink station. It is manned. And then over here you have a relaxation parlor with some slot machines. In case you're wondering, I do have a power box behind the drink station, so when I turn off those lights, that stays functioning. As for seating, I wanted to add some seating down here so that once I get the projection working, these people will be able to sit here and watch the movies. And it's 2 levels. And they can come over here and jump in a car and have, you know, a little makeout session. Obviously, my sole survivor must have their own living facility in every single settlement, so I will do what I normally do and clip through this door so that I don't have to deal with it. And as you can see, I've installed elevators, and it's a 4-level elevator that actually works. I guess originally there were clipping issues back in the day, but seems to work fine here. Brings you up here to this level where we can go up and into my house. I really haven't spent much time on my own places outside of just minor stuff, like I did install a modular kitchen with some extra counters to make it look a little bit bigger with a nice fan. A clipping bush. Clipping bush would be a good name for a folksy band. Outside I do have the vertibird sitting up on the roof. Made sure it doesn't clip with, nice. I made sure that it doesn't clip with things so that it could sit on top of the roof without sitting on the glass and not touch the building. Coming up these stairs, it does lead to an observatory lounge area. I'm going to put some couches out here more than likely, but as you can see, there are some cool views. That's Concord, maybe? I don't know, but pretty breathtaking. You can see a lot of cool stuff like the destroyed highway leading into other areas of the map. Whee! And I thought big open doors would look nice. But let's go upstairs. It's a little more done upstairs, he says. Over here I do have a laundry room which houses my HVAC to keep me nice and cool, a sink station, and do-it-yourself with some clothes on it. Fully functional washer and dryer, and a sofa to sit on. In here's a little workout area, towels and drinks, and a pommel horse, and a weight bench. I have a bunch of different weights. I need to make a shelf for those. This will eventually become like an entertaining area with the television and stuff. Private bedroom area with a shower station as well as a tub. I don't have this one pushed through the wall because it would clip too easily, as these walls are kind of inset a little bit. I decorated it up pretty nice. Coming around the corner, I have a fireplace. It's non-functional, but thought it would be cool to put a round couch of some sort in front of it. And then the bed with a ceiling fan above it. This is from MadKea. I love these. They work as regular beds, but they look nicer to me. And over here, just a little walk-in closet type area. I will do some revisits on some of these that I haven't finished quite yet at some point. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run outside, change the time of day to night. Got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me. It's my settlement, you dum-dum. You will have to pardon the glitching. Not much I can do about that. This is part of the problem when you have too many textures that it's trying to render. Now that we're outside, let's go ahead and change the time of day to night, and then we will go through the facility at night because it's one of the things that makes everything better. Okay, I've changed the time of day to night, and as you can see, through this glass wall I installed, you can clearly see the Starlight sign. Pardon the graphical glitching. It's an unfortunate side effect of too many polygons. But as you can see, it lights up very nicely at night, and you can also see that I modified the saucer. Put some lights under it so it lights up the bottom of it. I think that looked cool. I actually did that before I found the neons for the building, but it still works well. All of these lights are also on a fuse box that can be deactivated. So if I do get the projector working, again, it will not interfere with the light. And the lighting from the side with all the houses, or apartments, pardon me, does not interfere with it. So that looks good too. And it looks uniform and modern, which was the main thing. As you can see, it's nighttime, so everybody is coming over to this bar. I don't know why nobody hangs out at this bar. I may have to put down some mats. I have busy settler mats, so they'll attract them that way. So yeah, that is Starlight Drive-In. Another modern Massachusetts build done. Another one in the books. I'm actually working on Grey Garden, and as soon as that one's done, I'll do a run through on that. That one's going to be a short one. There's not a whole lot of land there, but I use this space effectively, I think. If you have any questions, leave those down below. Any comments, leave those down below. Don't forget to get subscribed. Use my affiliate links. Come back for another video. And as always, I'll talk to you later.